Evening all, how are we doing? Happy Monday. Now, I think this playlist might be a mixed bag of volumes, mightn't it? So let's give it a little nudge. Only a little one. How are we doing? Everybody's had a good weekend? Monday. It's been a busy couple of days since, Saturday night when we were playing Nightingale. Yikes. I've been madly trying to get ready for Shattered Space, which has involved quite a lot of diving into Starfield and playtime and stuff, and I am just about there as of like an hour ago when I finally got stuff sorted out. I wanted to have my character sort of set up, ready to go to deal with whatever. I wanted a decent endgame ship, which I've got, and I wanted to have Andresia's companion quest line done. And I've got that done. The only thing we haven't done is actually got married. Although I have run into a couple of snags with it that have already annoyed me, I have to admit. But what can you do? Anyway, how are we doing, Tangy? Evening? Evening Shifty? Evening all? It was all good? Hope we're well? Yeah, looking forward to this. Should be good. Yeah, big blue one. Well, it's a big blue one. Like 3 of the 7 icons up there are blue. They're all Bethesda ones, actually. 3.5 of them, in fact. Yeah, well, allegedly it's now up to... Oh, okay, we're right. I was a little worried for a minute there. Yeah, not so bad, no, actually, thank you. Pretty good. I did want to make a video regarding Starfield's update and the launch of Shattered Space and everything today, but I just didn't have the time in the end. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. And then I've got a whole bundle of Fallout stuff to cover this week as well, so busy, busy, busy. And yeah, I'd actually like some time for myself, but I don't think that's going to bloody happen, is it? Which is the way of things. Yeah. Should be good. Right. Let's hit that button. See whether or not... yep, it's all good. So we are playing a modded save. There's not, like, earth-shatteringly massive differences. Well, let's have a look at the mods I've got anyway. While we're here. There's a couple of things that won't show up in here because I have them on via Nexus and therefore they won't show up in my load order. No. T, that's what I want. So, Starfield patch, and there's a bunch of freebie stuff like the drumbeat skin, which I'm not using anyway. Observatory, which is an outpost object, which is actually not present at my outpost, which is way far off being finished. It's literally a couple of habs at the moment. How many, Nate? How many gigs is the DLC? Yeah, who cares? It's around about 14 to 18, I think. Somewhere around about there. It's actually not that bad, but yeah, whatever. We're either going to do it or we're not. Whatever size it is, it could be 80. We'd still be here. Because yeah, a few extra bits and pieces related to outpost building that I haven't used yet. Improved follower behaviour. Helps followers be slightly less annoying. It's quite a subtle one, that, which is cool. Enhanced blood textures, better NPCs. NPCs behave slightly more realistically. Skill respec terminal, because I did need to respec this character at one stage. And blackout for the Equinox. Meh. Universal stash, I'll talk about that more in a bit, but that's very, very helpful. Working stoves, because the stoves in apartments and stuff don't work. And yeah, that's ridiculous, so that's that sorted. Item sorter has to do with... actually, I think this one actually is from outside of Bethesda's ecosystem. I think it's the Nexus one, but I think it has to do with my UI, possibly. Ship lease is unlocked, just puts all of the shipbuilding components at your outpost, so you don't have to screw around, which is nice. Spacesuit transmog, that is great. It basically makes the appearance of every single spacesuit available as a skin. So whatever spacesuit you've got, if you don't want it to look that way, you just change it for not much. Basically standard transmog thing, but it's built into the existing system, so it's pretty cool in that way. Different skin for the Rev 8, but I'm not actually using it right now. And show star names is just a practical thing that shows all of the star names on the star map. Yeah, there's a couple of other bits. So, yeah, let's dive in. Different character to previously, because, yeah, I think my old character might even be entirely gone, I can't remember. But, yeah, I started a new character a while back because I like this one a lot more. And I do like her, but there's a couple of issues. Not that I will suggest that those are my fault. That's definitely more like an occasion where Bethesda may have slightly dropped the ball a little bit. So, yeah, here she is. Slightly brightly illuminated. She's wearing Akira City security armor, which I console commanded in, mostly because it kind of suits her. It's a relatively minor thing, but I don't mind it. And there's my fiancé. So, yeah, things are going all right. So, let's have a look at some stuff, shall we? Character. Okay, so she is combat medic, serpent's brace, wanted, and you can ignore dream home because it's basically being ignored and I'm pretending it's not there. Yeah, this young lady, I've sort of toyed around with her background and sort of my backstory for her a bit. The idea was that she was once part of House Faroon. In this case, probably her parents were zealots because of the way it kind of works, who decided they weren't going to be quite so zealoty when they had a family. So they're not part of House Faroon proper anymore, but they raise their children in the Faroon faith. However, this young lady basically hated the whole all must serve, everybody has to be a part of the belief system or they're going to be destroyed when the serpent comes back, or as the zealots believe, they must be destroyed first so that the serpent can make a return or something to that effect. So yeah, she was not into that. She was into, okay, believe in it if you want, and she kind of does, but the more extreme bits she was kind of not happy with, so she got the F out of Dodge. At about 18 or so, went to New Atlantis and found herself on the streets of New Atlantis, down in the well, with no home, no money, no friends, nothing, and was kind of up shit creek for a while. Until she overheard some people outside, probably K's, talking about joining up with the UC Navy, which she realised was a way to get money, a roof over her head, food, and off the streets. So that's what she did. She signed up for the UC Navy, became a combat medic after basic training, and served with the UC Navy as a combat medic for a while. Until things went slightly belly up, because her squad ran into a group of Faroon zealots. They won, but not before the zealots recognised her as a former member of House Faroon / the Zealots group. And also she's obviously wearing a UC uniform this time. Were obviously not happy about that. A couple of them got away, and a bunch of questions started getting asked after that, because the squad were like, what the hell was going on here? So she decided to take her papers, leave the UC military, and did so. And that was about the time she found out that the escaping Faroon zealots that they'd encountered had got back to other zealots and placed a bounty on her head, hence the wanted thing. And then with a price on her head, yeah, basically a death mark on her, she promptly went, oh crap, I best go underground, and did so literally by signing up to work with Argos Extractors. And there you have the start of Starfield. So that's her background. So she's a little bit like, yeah, she's a follower of the Great Serpent, but not too overly zealotish about it. There's the armour she's currently wearing, the anti-Xeno stuff from the end of the primary branch of the Vanguard questline, the Easy Vanguard. Kind of fits with her background a bit, and also it looks cool. Also sufficiently good enough for where I'm at right now. So there's that. Yeah, the thing I have run into is Andresia. Got her as my main companion because of the House Faroon connection. Makes sense. Which is also why I wanted to get through Andresia's companion quest line, because she has a falling out with her contact in House Faroon because she doesn't know how to get there. She just has a contact there, and she's sort of assisting running information and supplies back to House Faroon. So that all goes out when she finds out she was basically betrayed by her contact and sold out to the Zealots. So there's that. But the problem we have here is Andresia never acknowledges you as a member of House Faroon, even if you have the trait. She acts as if you are not. There's a couple of occasions where you can drop the trait into the conversation. That's it. So from a roleplay standpoint, it's really annoyingly ignored, and there's a big old opportunity there that was not taken, and it is quite frustrating. But yeah, that's where we're at. Rainbow to pause. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of her background. Tough old life. But she's ended up with Constellation, and it's all going okay. In terms of where I'm actually up to now, all money can buy, which is I've done basically most of the introductory meet the various companion stuff. So you do a load of stuff with Sarah, then you do a load of stuff with rescuing Barrett, and you get you go to Aquila with Sam. And I've done all that. Then the next thing is all that money can buy, which is going to Neon with Walter, which I haven't done yet. So we're not going anywhere near Neon unless we absolutely have to, which I don't think we do. Because once we get to Varankai, we won't actually have to leave, which is cool. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I did start off with this intended to be a pistol build, which has also worked quite well with the combat medic. So my respeccing's actually kind of knocked the combat medic thing on the head, I think. Because if I remember rightly, combat medic gives you a pistol skill, which I no longer have because I respec the character. How do I do this? I don't do this very often, so I'm trying to remember. It doesn't actually tell me, does it? No. Oh well. Yeah, it does. But I respec, so she's actually more of a rifle specialist now. Yeah, she's rocking a pretty beastie A99. It's not legendary or anything like that, but it shreds. It's the second to highest tier, not the highest, second highest. And yeah, it absolutely fucks fools up. I've got Mag Sniper if I need one. And a Wakizashi for those occasions when bad guys drop to their knees but don't die, so I can just walk over and just whack them when I need to. So that's the gist of it. And yeah, the anti-Xeno spacesuit stuff, which is quite cool. Outfit of choice currently Aquila's security uniform, and when I need to actually be silver-tongued, I go for the ECS captain uniform, which is from one of the side quests. I had to steal it, but hey, it's quite nice. It kind of suits her as well. And I've got my crew on my ship kicked out in ECS crew uniforms, which have like brown shoulders and stuff on them instead of purple. So it's kind of fun. And yeah, I think that kind of covers who my character is. And of course, loads of shipbuilding stuff and blah, 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 and I'll do it this way, I think. And slowly building up the outpost skills, but not quite there yet. Got a way to go. But that's fine. I really built the outpost so I could have the landing pad to build sort my ship out on. My ship is actually, I had a few ideas that I wanted to play around with, but it was going to take a lot longer than I really had. So I bought one of the more badass ships in the game, the Dragonfire 2. And from there, just sort of modified that a bit. So it's sort of a tweaked version of one of the ships that you can buy. And it still looks broadly the same, although there are some significant differences, particularly around the back end of it and the armaments, because the weapons are way more badass than they were when I bought the thing. And it still cost me like best part of 1 million credits to update it and improve its engines and stuff. It's got slightly reduced cargo capacity, but oh yeah, that reminds me. I've got a mod that gives me a universal stash. So it basically turns the stash in the lodge, your safe in the lodge, into kind of a like a Fallout 76 stash box, but you can access it anywhere, and it doesn't have a limit to how much you can store in it. And it just solves the fact that storage for resources and gear and everything in Starfield is kind of awful. Which is great. So there's an item in my inventory, which I've actually got hotkeyed, but we'll do it this way. The mod adds, which is down here. Oh yeah, by the way, this does look quite different to the base game because mods. It makes it way more PC friendly. Yeah, if I go into the aid section, we've got the universal stash menu item. So that will open up, when you activate it, a menu which allows you to control the mod. Do a whole bunch of stuff. It's not complicated, but there's a fair bit to it. And I can open my home ship cargo through this if I want to, which I don't really need to, but if I open the lodge outpost stash, everything I've got stashed back at the lodge is now available to me. And if I want to stash my resources, which currently weigh 5,000 mass, 5,500 more, then that's where they are. And also there's like 1,500 in miscellaneous objects just for decorating with. So yeah, it's a useful thing. What was the other thing I was going to... Oh, yeah. That's it. The other cool thing, this one is not a mod. It is an addition that came to the game since we stopped playing, but as part of the rolling updates or ongoing updates that they've put out. And that is so many more gameplay options. So we can increase a lot of different settings to sort of change how the the experience feels and how much difficulty it is and that sort of thing. So in this case, I bumped up enemy and player combat damage, which I might even bump up a bit higher. We'll see how we feel, because it's kind of a bit too easy. You can put ammo weight on. I haven't. Carry capacity I did increase because it's just because the system is really not great in this game. So it's kind of in one step up. So you got like normal, you can reduce it, or you can go to increased or greatly increased. Like one step up to increased is a ridiculous increase. It's like 4 times as much, 3 times as much. There's a whole bunch of bits and pieces there. Food doesn't heal with my current setup. The benefit of sleep is location. It depends on the location. If you're just out and about, you don't get any health, but if you're in an outpost or a town or your ship, you should get your health back. And then there's sustenance, which is basically like survival mechanics, but it's not as subtle as it should be. I did tell Bethesda about this, but they still haven't done anything about it. Which is, I need to keep myself fed and watered, which is fine. But the drawback to it is that after half an hour, which is how long it lasts, it goes from fed and water to you're now starving to death. And there's no progression to it. It's just, boom, like a switch. And it's not problematic, but it's not as immersive as that feature should be.
I do not like being in small, enclosed spaces with many people I do not know.
Yeah, this is true. Who's... Oh, I remember.
Fancy seeing you. I was hoping to run into you eventually. I've got something for you.
So she was on the ECS Constant, the ship that appears over Paradiso, and wanted to leave, and I helped her leave. You didn't have to get me anything.
Well, that's very sweet of you. I insist. You did me a huge favor, and I couldn't live with myself if I didn't get you back. I saved some of the credits I earned. I can't compare to what you did for me, but I wanted to show my appreciation all the same. Here you go.
What are you doing for work now?
Oh, I'm just working the front desk at a local accounting practice. It's not glamorous, but it pays the bills while I take classes. I haven't decided whether I want to pursue a history degree or get into film studies. I've always been interested in Earth culture, so one of those seems appropriate.
Given that her sister is the historian on the ship and the school teacher, that's an interesting scenario. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. I wanted to keep my word. Anyway,
It gave me a right dirty
I was
look.
hoping you could do one last favor for me. Since you have a ship, would you be able to deliver a letter to my sister Julia for me?
And so Bethesda fixed the ability to find that ship again, because I don't know if they have done or not. But I couldn't on my last save. I'm not sure where they are, but I'll find them and get it to her.
Oh, good point. Well, if you do come across them in your travels, please give this to Julia. It would mean a lot to me. Let me just add a few more details to my letter. And... okay, there. Thanks again. Take care.
So one of the settings that is available is whether or not you have the dialogue camera on, because it zooms in quite aggressively if you have it on.
I do find that statue pleasing. I wonder if it matches the original vision of the artist, or if they changed the design as they worked on it.
It's an interesting question. Forgot what I was going to say now. Oh yeah, the dialogue camera. Yeah, it zooms in quite aggressively in the basic settings, but you can stop it doing that, so it just stays where you are, but it does still lock your feet in place, which is slightly annoying. But
Paying close attention. Heaven forbid something escaped their notice.
yeah, they're a little bit. Like she doesn't seem to quite like any of the civilizations. But here's my ship. It's huge. It barely fits on the landing pad. Where's the Rev? Where is my car? It's supposed to be here. I'm guessing it hasn't spawned because it's not recommended to drive it around New Atlantis, or maybe it's gone somewhere else. Yeah, it probably hasn't spawned because of where I am, but I'm going to check something anyway.
Anything I can help you with? Okay, no problem.
My vehicle. Okay, it is here. It's just not showing up, I suspect, because of where I am. Just as well, because it was... With this ship, it loads in, or did load in, quite close to your what's the cargo bay entrance. This thing. So it would load in, and it would be right here, which is dangerously close to being on top of this guy. And when it was a Gagarin, it was actually on top of, I think, the ship services technician. So if you got into it, he immediately became hostile, and you got a bounty because you ran him over. And you couldn't avoid it, so it's probably a good change. Anyway, it's a bit dingy, so not really ideal for getting a decent view of the ship. But one thing 76 has that this game and a lot of others don't is that I can use the mouse wheel to zoom up, to raise and lower the height of the camera, and I really miss being able to do that. Yeah, it's a pretty chunky ship. It's at the larger end of the scale. It's not really any larger than it was when I actually bought the thing. But started out life as a Dragonfire 2 and took some finding, actually. But I changed the paint job a little bit. I've changed a couple of the habs out. I've moved a few of the habs around. Because the hab that was behind the top level... well, I'll give you a tour in a second. But yeah, I ended up swapping a whole bunch of things around. Because the habits basically got the same layout, but the actual what's where is a little different. So let's go on. The Hope Tech entrance. How are we doing, Texas Joe?
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
So it's quite the mixed bag. We're in an armory here. This is actually the armory of... Where's my shit gone? Fortunately, everything I had on display was nothing valuable. And the mannequins have been protected from stuff disappearing, but everything that I had on display on here has now disappeared twice on me. Once when I redesigned the ship, and now when the update came through. But it's nothing important, it was just there for looks. But yeah, the idea is, on your way out, you want to go via the armory. So that's why the entrance is into the armory. This was originally the captain's quarters, and it was one of those really crappy Deimos ones where you've got like a cot shoved in next to a desk. It's bloody awful. So I was like, no, this needs to be the armory, because then you exit via the armory and grab your guns on the way out the door. Yeah, makes sense. And the docking port is at the back, so if you're coming from the bridge to the docking port, you've got to pass through the armory. So we'll go up to the bridge. It's Cora hanging out.
You keep installing new cool things in your ship. It's like Christmas every day.
This is true. So this is my captain's quarters. It's a Taio one. Basically the same as the Hope Tech one, but not as dark. I like the Hope Tech stuff for its darkness, because it's got submarine vibes, but still, wasn't the right thing for this ship. What's very annoying is everybody seems to think it's okay to sleep in my quarters. It's pissing irritating, and Bethesda need to do something about that. Anyway, this was actually like set up as crew stations or a computer room or something, computer core, I think, originally. I'm like, okay, I get why you got that near the bridge, but coming in and out via the captain's quarters, which turns it into a corridor, makes no sense. Makes far more sense to have the captain's set up right behind the bridge like this. Bit more like Captain Picard's ready room, you know? So yeah, I swapped those two around. The armory was actually, I think, over here, but I made this into the computer core. Yeah, computer core. So it makes more sense that, you know, it's kind of tucked out of the way and not... the way you pass through the ship is less ridiculous. That ladder really should be there. Not here, but what can you do? Why wouldn't that be facing towards the back of the cargo bay? I don't get it. But anyway, nitpicking aside, here is a Taio all-in-one living space. It's got a decent number of beds in it for my crew and everything else. So this is where they should be hanging out. And then we get into... This is a Deimos, actually. Engine core. couple of windows halfway down. A 3-section long one. And we drop down. This is a companionway with the docker on the bottom of the ship. And here is my crafting room. Workshop. Which is a bit far away from anywhere, but not a major problem. There's my ship. I like it. Yeah. Other than repositioning and swapping out the manufacturer of a couple of the habs, mostly it's the layout is kind of somewhat the same as it started out. There are habs in the same positions in relation to each other. It's just different habs in those places. Yeah. So that's kind of the introduction to where the heck I'm at right now. Don't know if this will work very well. The other thing I changed is the back end. There's slightly fewer... Actually, it didn't matter in the end with the fuel tanks. I managed to swap one out that matched up. But I put more engines on, more of the big old engines on the back, made them a bit more powerful so that the ship can actually move. I put some additional cargo bays on there, on the sides. Changed around a couple of the wings a little bit, just to make it a bit more unique. Yeah. There's a little bit of shielded cargo on there. There's not a lot. There's a lot less cargo space on it than there actually was when I initially got the thing. Because, yeah, to fit extra engines and stuff on it, I did need to make some adjustments. And to actually make it look good when I did that. What was the other thing? Oh, yeah, the weapons. Upgraded the missile launchers on the back wings there. The EM guns are there. And on the side here are the particle beams. Yeah, it's kind of a beast. Well, sometimes only the... you just have to get around it. It's not that bad once you get the hang of it. Sometimes some of the engines don't fire up properly, so we'll see if that works. Ah, they're working properly this time. I did actually want to put 2 more engines on this. I know, as if I haven't got enough. Just to kind of boost the mobility a little bit. But the power requirements were too great. As you can see from the bottom left there, I've got my particle beams maxed out, although I may upgrade those if I can. My missiles are not quite maxed out, but they really don't need to be because they're brutal as hell. Engines maxed out, shields maxed out. EM I swap stuff into if I need it, otherwise it basically stays like that. It still leaves me 4 pips from a Grav-Drive, which is not bad. So, Shattered Space. The question... the relevant quest is what remains, hence the variant logo. So to start this, you need to have completed the introductory series of quests and have gotten to the lodge. So you do everything on Vectera in the mine, then you leave with Basco and deal with the pirates, get back to New Atlantis, go to the lodge, then you can kind of do what you like. And yes, the bridge did come with it. It was one of the reasons I picked it. So once you've got out of the lodge, you can then start this quest. And it's recommended, as it says, actually, level 35 plus. But it triggers when you jump to any star system that doesn't have a major quest or location in it. So it won't happen in Jameson. It won't happen in Alpha Centauri, rather. It won't happen in Xion. Probably won't happen in Volay. But sort of random other space star systems, it will trigger in. When you get in, the Oracle Star Station will appear, and you'll get an SOS from it. It's mostly garbled. I think we'll see it again. So for me, I was racing through Andrea's companion quest line this afternoon, which is why it's already popped up for me. I was kind of hoping I might get away with it not doing, but I did not, clearly. So, that's where we're at. And we're going to get cracking. And it is in the Hyla system, in my case. Which, if you're curious, here's one of my mods kicking in. All of the systems are named, which I can hide. if I wanted, but it's way easier to have them named. It's all the way out here. And that's where my outpost is. I've actually got a couple of others knocking around. That's the main one. There's Porima. Bolai. Xion. Crix is around here somewhere as well, isn't it? Crix is there. There you go. Hyla 2. This is where a lot of people recommend building outposts, because Hyla 2 is actually a really pretty star system. Or planet, rather. Vethal, huh? There's somebody who's doing a lot of work on House of Rune who is quite a big Star Trek fan, because there's little... Yeah, a lot of the names of characters and stuff definitely have very implied nods towards the Romulans, particularly of Next Generation era. So I cannot get through to them, so boarding is about my only option, apparently. Fortunately, with the level 35 recommendation for this, I know all my gear will be absolutely fine, so... Here we go. It goes all the way back up there.
This is Sirac on the Starfield Oracle.
Hey, good to see you.
Sam?
Crew have been compromised. Do not repeat. Not board.
You know, the bud, I think you're supposed to be in the chair there, aren't you? They do sometimes just stand here, which is quite cool. Kind of gives you the vibe that they're guarding the bridge against people who shouldn't be there. Gotta be doing this with Androsia, right? It's not really any other choice, is there? You can see you, how are we doing? Yeah, on the spoilers, that's fair enough. We're literally about to do the opening bit. We haven't even... As soon as we pass through this, we're basically going to go to the first location, so... This will be the time to duck out, I think, if you want to avoid the spoilers. But, nice to see you anyway. Hope you're doing good. Ready, steady, here we go. It's the wrong button. That was the torch button for Fallout. Ooh, we got no gravity. Okay. Pleasure. We do have air, apparently. Well, I don't have a helmet, and I probably should. Picks, don't mind if I do. What's that? Rice. Well, I do need to eat. Clearly something's gone wrong. No, I would be interested to check out a more hard sci-fi RPG in some ways. Most of the options out there are not great, but... at least not from my perspective anyway. I don't want to be playing something like Eve or something like that, but some of the ideas they were talking about, there's areas where you can really see they've skipped over certain bits of the science, like transitioning from a spaceship to another spaceship or a station where artificial gravity is a factor and possibly not pointing in the same direction on each one would create a whole scenario for moving between the two positions that just doesn't get acknowledged at all. Ooh, what we got here? Teal Baroon suit with striped scarf. Fuck yeah! First piece of new gear. It looks cool, actually. I'll take all of this. Bet bottom dollar I'm going to put that shit on. I really need that. I've got more of that stuff than you shake a stick at. My grinding escapades. I have the cash though. I'll always have the cash. Yeah, Shifty. Right. So this way. Well, that's not spooky at all. Oracle security, groat milk and groat meat.
Spoils of victory. Hopefully they amount to something.
Rune Guard uniform, yeah, we'll have that. We'll see what that looks like. Apparel, Rune Guard uniform. I see, it's basically the same as the security uniform that I have over here. But with more standard guard stats on it. This is the Trident one. I haven't been to the Trident yet. Trident Luxury Liners. But it's so fucking gorgeous, I decided to nab it. It's not going to make a big deal to my character's performance, and it just looks cool. But I'm actually not wearing it, so I might get rid of it. It's not worth having either. Well, I mean, the Keeler uniform or the Varun one, either is fine. They're basically the same stats. I think. Yes, they have exactly the same stats. I'm still going to wear this one though, because it's cool as shit. Anyway. There's a ghostly figure ahead.
I cannot give up.
This does not bode well.
You don't can say. It's fucking power right now. Ooh. Hey, Saki, alright? I'm liking that they're leaning into 0G more in this. Because, I mean, you don't want to overdo it. I do feel like they maybe underdid it a little bit in the main game. Hard line to walk, to be fair, I suspect, but you overdo it, it becomes a gimmick. And you underdo it, it just feels like, I wish I got to use this cool idea a bit more. It's not that many games out there where 0G is a thing. That looks interesting and also potentially problematic.
I'm trying, Surak, but it's getting worse. Could you feel my mind slipping? Fragmenting. I'll become one of them. You have to get away from me.
One of them?
No.
Who are them?
Leave you here. It's pointless. We share this fate. This is our end. The great. No. No, it's happening. Sarok, run. I can't stop it.
That does not look good either. I don't want to shoot you, hon. You're not leaving me a lot of options. Oh shit. Oh, fucked up. Cute.
This should be the last. Is someone there or...
Oh, we've got a whole lot's going on here.
My mind turns against me. I must return to engineering and make one last attempt to restore the power.
Right. And Surex logs, if I can. So, Star Shard is the pistol, I thought it was. Sharpened Pain Blade, because now melee weapons actually have additional tiers and qualities, so they're actually vaguely usable. Basira's log. Great Serpent, there are so few of us left, and while I have spent my entire life in devotion to you, I find myself afraid of death, of what is to come. Perhaps we are the cliche, yeah? Delving too deep into things better left unknown and paying the price for trying to glimpse too much. Give us our curiosity, our selfishness, our pride. We only wish to truly find you, but it seems we shall meet in the traditional way, in death. So, looks like my guess, none too surprisingly, given what it was, is about on the mark, and they were, in fact, trying to make contact with the Great Serpent. I think that light was going to be of any use, but I don't know what's happening there, but I feel like going into that would probably be deeply unwise. So that syrup fella has 4 logs kicking around and has made for the engineering bay. What platform am I on? PC. That was slightly harder than I expected for a novice level lock. Okay. I thought might be malnourished and dehydrated by now. It seemed like it was taking, well, longer than expected. Yeah, that'll do it. How it impacts? Yeah, good so far. I mean, we're literally in the very, very beginnings of it, but taking it slowly, having a look around. So I haven't screwed it up yet. It's controls, so let's see if we can't find the logs. Much there. Yeah. Did I miss something? What symbol? I'm assuming the symbol is House Varune. Lawn Vortex Phantom, okay. Grenades and zero G? Oh, there's a shitty trick. Gotcha. A lot more stuff floating around now. Let's see the nades, I think. With those folks in a minute. Yeah, I know a symbol she thinks she spotted, but I don't see any signs of it. I suppose I'm going to be getting through here. I didn't think so. You decided to take a shortcut, hey, Andrew? Holy crap on a cracker. This looks... Now that's alarming. Maybe that's the symbol she thought she saw, but probably didn't see. Need my torch, apparently. So log. That's log 2. I'll go through them in order when I find them. Log 1 is probably closest to where we started, somewhere, I think. Still. We'll float around here. See if we can't spot those corpses again that I created. There's one.
Winner takes all is the phrase, is it not?
Well, more to the victor the spoils in this case, but... How are you, Gray? To check it out yourself. Don't blame you. Can always catch up. Yeah. Don't know right now where. What's these? Next might be. Right, well, we haven't been over the other side, so that seems like a likely next stop, doesn't it? Ooh. A weird place for a cocktail glass to be, but okay. I kind of wonder in this game if anybody's ever looked at the auto rivet and gone, yep, that's the weapon for me. I sure haven't gone that, thought that. Ooh, well, the door's open, but go that way later. I think something's zapped. Engineering bay controls. Could do that, but I'm not sure I want to just yet. Okay. That seems to be where that goes. Too bad.
Break it open.
The... Huh, weird. Good spacesuits there, eh? Oh, Settler Adventure hat. But not what I actually wanted. Dazra, if you wouldn't be so kind as to not block the fucking door. Maybe that's a bit much to ask, but... There's log 1, okay.
Post-incident log. Something has gone horribly wrong. We were in orbit directly above Dazra, monitoring our current experiments when we experienced a sudden energy surge. I fear the source came from the city itself. It triggered our Grav-Drive and shoved the Oracle to an unknown location. We thought
interesting.
the crew were somehow lost in the jump. But later, we were attacked by what I will refer to as vortex phantoms. I thought I recognized some of them. Could it be that the energy surge has somehow transformed them and warped their minds?
One sec. That's interesting. It's a little cool. So, we know they were doing Grav-Drive experiments, although not in game we don't, but still. It looks like it may have been some kind of connection between part of the experiment on the ground in Dazra City and part of it up here on the Oracle, presumably in orbit over it, probably geostationary orbit, that then went really tits up. Okay. So, what's this? I'm writing this in what may be my final moments because Bethesda thought it might ease my mind. I believe this is an impossibility given the circumstances. After arguing with her for longer than I would like to admit, here I am, writing regardless. I believe I've come to accept my impending death. Perhaps my greater faith in the Great Serpent allows for this. My colleague Emerson has succumbed to his weakness and retreated to the crew quarters. You would think our Chief of Engineering would have greater resolve. It's good that I'm no warden, only a lowly good thing I'm no warden, rather. Only a lowly scientist. Unlike Benny, I have no friends or family who will miss me, and the feeling is mutual. My one regret is not having the chance to complete the path of redemption one last time. I'm guessing some pilgrimage type thing on Varankai? Or some ritual, perhaps? Now that I have written some, I know for a fact that I feel no better. I will, however, take great pleasure in telling Basira she is wrong. So, log 2.
Post-incident log. After the initial jump, areas of the Oracle have somehow been sectioned off by strange energy fields or barriers. The fields allow no one to pass and are somehow able to repel, almost teleport, the trespasser back. I am certain these new fields are related to the vortex phantoms. Both resonate with the same energy pattern. The exact same pattern we were studying for Anasco's experiments. Something happened in Dazra. And if the situation is bad here, I fear for our brethren in the city.
Anasko, that'll be Anasko Varun, who is the grandson of Jinan Varun, who founded House Varun. Son of, I can't remember who the guy in the middle was called. Fortunately, I haven't won, I believe. Sure I have an ID card, but anyway. Clearly not the one I need. Zero G and sort of physics of all this is quite cool. It works especially well with Bethesda's love of putting loose objects in their game worlds. Did you do something silly, Andrea? God, I like it, yeah. Meh. This looks like it was where they were doing their experiments, or part of them. But also at the same time looks like a church. Some kind of temple arrangement down there. Which begs the big old question. What the fuck, man? Okay, this is where I need to go. Right. More of a poke around here. You keep diving into... I don't know what you're doing, Android, but I'm sure you'll be fine. Probably. Hopefully. I'll set myself on fire by accident. That would be unfortunate. And a lift there. Can't be good. Ooh, some kind of kitchen, a mess hall. Chunks. Some new food. Did you get it, or did it just leave? We'll find out in a minute, won't we? So I don't know that. Not sure I want to know what Great Pie is. Grouped anything, really. Crispy alien nuggets I just got there. A corpse, so we think she didn't get him. And beef chunks floating around. I do find it slightly strange that there'd be chunks there, given, you know, conventional settled systems franchise and House Varun's isolationism. Although they do have people out smuggling stuff back. Don't bloody say.
Take what you must. Leave the rest for the scavengers.
There's got to be a staircase, surely. I don't see one right now, which is weird. And maybe I just don't have access to one. Well, this is going, well, there's the bloody key.
Maroon operations are always as self-sustaining as possible. We need to get past these crates somehow.
Interesting. Ah. Well.
Watch out!
Why didn't you behold it? Oh, so this is the new Varun heavy gun. That's basically a micro gun, but Varun styled and does particle damage. What a vortex shard is, but we'll have one of them and all. Ha! Firewood work integrated. Firewood work. As long as I was there, be a fucking horror show, but it would still burn. Fire's bad enough on Earth. Imagine the horror of a fire in zero gravity that instead of just burning along predictable lines could burn in any random direction in 3 dimensions. Sounds like absolute. Well, I suppose it depends what the fuel source is, but even so, what an absolute fucking horror show. Because you're blocking the way, go. What are you feeding? Is there a toilet with a tape measure in it? I don't know what was going on there. Somebody's dinner didn't agree with them. Bunch of candles and bat mess in there. And bloody handprints. It was a hell of a fucking vindaloo that required some kind of ritual to pass it. Bit like sucking in a burning submarine. I assume there'll be similarities, no? Yeah. Possibly even worse, though, I would think, because gravity is still a factor in a submarine. The guy that ate that curry, yeah. Definitely looks like it was a bad one. Bad and potent. Some lacerations. Taking health damage expenso 2. Do something about cleaning up my lacerations then, hadn't I? Plaster of some kind. There it is. Prognosis improved. The prognosis is now stable. I could take some more and improve the prognosis further. Use more bandages, but I think
someone or something will clean up whatever's left behind.
Mag Pulse. Advanced instigating. Armor piercing, muzzle break. That would be a pretty vicious mag shotty there. The shot doing double damage as well. That would be quite brutal. Keeps a bunch of resources like that by the bed. Dawn Vortex Phantom. You think? Cyrex Log 3.
Post-incident log. The Oracle has continued to jump. It is completely out of our control. Not only that, but I believe the initial surge of energy we experienced is transformative. With each passing day, more of the crew succumb to whatever residual energy we were exposed to. Most are instantly hostile. But we discovered some are able to retain a sense of self. At least, momentarily.
See what's down here before we carry on. Then a quick shot to the head won't deal with. Milk or sugar? There's some hardcore coffee going on there. Silver in suit with scarf. No, I think that's the same as the one I've currently got equipped, isn't it? It is, except the one I've got's got a stripy scarf. I like the stripy one better. Okay. Very faint whispering in here. Often is with things associated with the house parade. Ooh. Ugh. It's very quiet, chill, and a little creepy, this. I've been here before. This just look a lot like somewhere I've been before. Where are you, spooky fuckers?
Extra ammunition is always welcome if they have any.
You need extra ammo for you, got unlimited. Whew. It's a penumbra. Ooh, interesting. It's a new particle rifle of sorts. That looks quite cool. If I had the ammo for it, I would be somewhat tempted to switch my combat skills up a bit just to make sure I can use those. Just for the sake of the DLC, but I don't know. I'm kind of tempted. Just see what my ammo situation looks like. Yeah, I think I've come full circle somehow, haven't I? Yeah. Restore full power, and there's probably one more log to find. Well, there is one more log to find. He's hoping it's not in a bathroom. Probably not the kind of log you want to find. Where's Buddy Boy's next log? Is there a force field here? No, I just hit an invisible wall. Okay. Invisible ankle-high wall. What's that? There's a red stylus just floating in the ether here. I'm taking damage from something, apparently. Some gran. See. Boom pop reactor here. Yeah, well, no shortage of inspiration, I hope. Listen, this is the last log. I can't seem to get over there. Yeah.
This is post-incident log. I am one of the few remaining unaffected crew on the Oracle. Nadine, Basira, and Taras are the only others I was able to find. I fear it is just a matter of time before we succumb to this energy that is turning the others. How long will we last? And will my mind be strong enough to hold out when my time comes? Basira and I have programmed the Oracle to return to Varun Kai's orbit once it is able. All of our research will automatically be transmitted the moment we are within Dazra's range. I pray our work here was not in vain.
The mad buggers. It's good to know. I think I found, yep, the trash compactor. Shut down all the garbage mashes on the detention level. Safety Protocol 2.12.5 enacted due to a power surge. Secondary power cell has been ejected to prevent catastrophic failure. Secondary power cell must be reconnected to restore full power. In the event of power surge, secondary power cell unit will be ejected to prevent breach of capacity, which could lead to catastrophic failure of Oracle's power supply. Action preserves secondary power cell in case primary power cell is damaged. Primary power cell remains in place to maintain energy for power, emergency power for life support. A licensed engineer is required to confirm safety and function of power array. Once confirmation is received, secondary power cell may be moved back into place. Once connected to the array, mainframe will reboot and will be required to properly re-establish connections throughout the station. Reconnect. Confirm. Reconnection failed. Unable to establish connection with secondary power cell. Cell engineer.
Serpent's bane. One of the power cells dislodged in the last jump. The gravity. Restoring the gravity may pull the cell into place. If I can get to the control room, if I can just... No! They are coming!
I don't know why I just got cool, but I don't think I like it. Okay. Didn't see her before. There's at least one more deader I need to find and loot. Where the other one's corpse ended up. So what's Nadine's log about? So right, there's the three of us left. Sirac, Basira and myself. We have all accepted the inevitable that either we're destined to fall victim to these vortex phantoms, as Sirac calls them, or we're destined to become them. I pray it's the latter. One final step into the unknown. The mortal aspect of me fears the change, but the scientific aspect hopes to embrace it. To my fellow scientists and loved ones, do not mourn me. I know that I've bore witness to unimaginable things here. My only regret is not having the tools to properly study them. But as I said, death is upon me, and all mysteries are soon to be solved. Also, star storms. Lictor, that's the previously existing particle rifle. So 25 fire rate. This is more of a particle sniper, really. The Inflictor is more of a regular rifle. And that's more of a particle pistol. Okay. Honestly, probably not as good. Stats are slightly better, not by much. Something to look into at a later point. Not going to do it right now, though. How did he get there, and why can't I? Find an alternate path to reach the gravity controls. I just did, I think. Back through the garbage compactor. Everybody needs the Luke Skywalker moment. Possibly go wrong. I think Androsia probably wants to talk to me about getting married, but I don't think this is really the time. Oh, that really doesn't sound good. I'm actually stuck in a garbage compactor that's about to crush me. No! I mean, it's not the most original thing Bethesda have ever added, although it's different in its delivery to Star Wars. It's funny, though. I'm enjoying the sense of humour. I think it's more of an Easter egg and a nod than anything else. Definitely like. Was there a one-eyed creature in there? No, I didn't see that. I mean, one-eyed trouser snake maybe? No, my character's female. Not even a one-eyed trouser snake. Speaking of, evening action, how you doing?
These damn controls! Why will they not respond to me? Work, damn you!
Probably because you're the Phantom. Tissue infection. That doesn't seem good. Okay, so really I need pulsar, spray and pill all in one, if there is one. No, there doesn't seem to be. Plaster and spray all in one, or plaster and pill, or pill and spray. Looks like I can do two, or I only got a few panaceas, so I have antibiotic injector. Improving my radiation issues. And I've got lots of bandages, so I might grab one of those as well. Various illnesses are on the mend. Yeah, there, Stella. Due to safety protocol 12.5, gravity is disabled for energy conservation. Mabel.
Warning. Gravity procedure initiated. Please check your surroundings to ensure personal safety. Restoring gravity in 3, 2, 1.
Well, that's an unusual amount of reasonable advice for a Bethesda game. Most of them tend to not have so much health and safety. Watch the things that may be above your head and about to fall when gravity is restored. You're talking about a little trip through the garbage compactor that you're stuck behind? Yeah, okay. Don't know if I need one of those or not. There's an entire load of stuff in here. Probably not a space I want to be in with punctuations, really, is it? Day after tomorrow, nice. Sounds like a decent day, sir. Hopefully all comes together nicely for you. Do you want to, like, maybe come out of the garbage compactor there, Andresia? My brain can't quite process the fact that I'm not floating around in 0G anymore. Yes. She does want to get married. Well, she's figured out how, probably figured out how to reconcile House Varun's marriage rituals with the rest. Those are the rest of the settled systems.
Oh, we can pause for a moment if you need to recover.
I'm fine. Interesting that the bodies conveniently moved to locations where you can loot them. Pay rise? Nice. Always nice. Right, see if we can reconnect the power cell again. Nice. Ensure all personnel clear of conduit area and reactivate power.
Power cell connected. Report to operations for system reboot.
Okay, ops, here we come. Through the spooky, spooky space station. More Fallout to look forward to. Yep, nice. Streaming star.
Vortex phantoms. Where did they go? Something is wrong. No! Not now! I have to hold on!
Ooh, a rune mining spacesuit. Is nowhere near up to the snuff of what I have, but it's a reskin of some of the existing ones, but it looks quite cool in those colours. Don't go nuts. Sorry, buddy. Tagged him. Not as well as I was hoping.
Prophet, I would like a chance to talk to you, if you are able. Hello, excellent to see you.
Really weird way to address one's fiancé, but okay. So, this is not the one I need to open, but I'm curious as to what it is. Experiment 0.10. Supervisor Sirach Vithal. Initial tests to utilize Grav-Drive technology to open a sustained bubble have failed. We were hoping the ability to test in a true zero-G environment might provide more insight. So far, our data has failed to show any promising leads. 13. Several attempts for the same failed results. No evidence of any prolonged amount of time when an object jumps from point A to B. A series of adjustments to our theoretical equation will be necessary, so it will take some time to reconstruct a working algorithm. 15. Another failure. Under our newest calculations, we've discovered the Oracle may be unable to allot sufficient power to our laboratory testbed without needing to cut off necessary utilities. We received permission to move forward with the engineering project, that number, which Dr. Bosovich believes will give us the power we need to conduct a successful experiment. Yeah, I guess it did. Warning, station utilizing emergency power. Mainframe reboot required to reinstate proper function. Please stand by.
Mainframe reboot initiated. Commencing protocol.
Putting big old shoes back on.
Station lockdown completed. All major systems on standby.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Warning. Station jump procedure initiated. Please check your surroundings to ensure personal safety. Jump in 3, 2, 1. Execute.
Well, I hope my ship is firmly connected.
Lockdown released. Initiating data transfer.
So, we are now in orbit over Varun
Incoming
Kai.
transmission.
This is Dazra calling the Oracle Station. We've received your transmission. Your orders are to send a representative down here immediately. It appears we have much to discuss.
Poor Sirach. So close to seeing their efforts realized.
Indeed. There we go. Intro quest complete. Guess the docking port must have sufficiently strong clamps to bring my entire ship along with and a big enough field around the old station for the grav jump to bring the ship along with. So otherwise we'd have problems. Like I'd be stuck in Varun Kai. Or stuck up here with no way to get down there, more the point. Sometimes the torch is not very effective. Tranquility here is a bit weird as well. Koran Akasha. I managed to run right past without seeing that, dude. Right. Before we go any further, let's open up my stash mod. Oh, no, I want to get rid of the stuff I'm lugging around. So, yeah. Like that. Hold on to that for now. Right. That can go. That was not the right thing to go, actually. Yeah, the right thing to go, actually, is that. But I'm not going to use that either. Let's put that back as well. Much of this I'll probably want to sell rather than anything else. So for this I have 50 rounds. It's not great. This I have a lot more rounds because it's just a regular or heavy fuse. Find Lictor is just the basic version. And again, I've got 2,500 rounds, so I could use this. But yeah, this will actually be a damage decrease to me, so I don't think I will. But given what it would take to do that. So I accidentally put what away? Well, that, but I don't think I regret my decision there. Now that I'm thinking about it. No, I don't think I do. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Okay, everything else will probably be sold when the time comes. Let's pop a heal. Check that I'm not about to starve to death. I'm not. All my injuries are either stable or good. Cool. Right, let's push on. Build a home plate. Nice. To my boat, I think. Didn't have one of those before. We're in a lab outfit. A cool rework of the existing lab outfits, but still. Still going to stick with the ones I've got. We're otherwise good, aren't we? See a lot that I might have missed. Down this big old spooky corridor. Slightly less spooky now I've got gravity. There's my ship. Still stuck to the outside. I saw cash then. I didn't. It's just a rivet on the floor. Oh, we definitely got some goodies. Right. Dazra, Varan Kai, Moon of Kavnik 1. Apparently I can scan even though I'm not on my ship right now. Okay. Uranium, chlorine, nickel. I think that's chlorine, isn't it? Yeah. Iridium and cobalt. Definitely struggling for other stuff. There we go. Now we know where it is. The Kavnik system. The way over here with Xion being there. Kavnik there. And where is the Hyla system? Actually not that far from here, I don't think. There you go. That's where we effectively started out. Could have been anywhere, but yeah. There we go, Kavnik. Not as extreme as it could be, but fairly far out there in a relatively unpopulated end of the settled systems. Which lines up with what we know about them. Back to me ship! Ooh.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes? I
That's
would
enough.
like a chance to talk to you, if you are able.
Yeah, we'd definitely be down for that. Zvern Kai down below. Sorry, you're between me and the door. That's not where you want to be. Honestly, this ladder should be the other way around as well. Ooh, random Hope Tech cap. Injuries are improving. Although the sound of that is quite worrying. Got a bunch of my guns in here, but they keep disappearing when I do that, so I'm not going to do it right now. You're at the bar? I thought he would fallen asleep or something. He's not. I appear to have the wrong helmet equipped. No, it's just being weird. Okay. Everything in here is stuff that I've either got or got better. Refined. How does that compare to what I've got? Stats are better. Not that bothered about the stats too much, to be honest. Weighs less as well, which doesn't make any sense. It's half the size. It's twice the size, rather. Does mean good stuff is starting to appear, though. Or better stuff, rather. Still getting advanced stuff here, but I should be getting refined starting to appear soon. I think. But, yeah, I don't really need much of that. It's just whether or not boost pack's an improvement. I mean, it is. No, I don't think it's worth it. I'll save it just in case it is. Lab outfit. It'll probably... I mean, I'll chuck that in there for now, actually. It's probably more useful on the ship anyway. Yeah, I'll do it for now. Cool. Right.
Oh, good. Story time. Love it.
Yeah, we went to investigate that, and you may have noticed we were grav-jumped by the whole damn station you came with on board the ship, and now we're in orbit over Varan Kai. I thought, where? There's a camera speed option either. I don't know how far this is going to go back actually, but it's going to be kind of cool. That far apparently. Catch you later now. Zoom.
Ship's detached. We're clear.
Hey, Dad. Want to hear a joke?
Wrong button.
Sure, sweetie. Yo, man could always use a laugh. I don't know. Who?
Everybody! Skyscrapers can't jump!
Okay. Good one, Cora. Hey,
Well, I don't know where the space station's disappeared to, but probably behind me somewhere. Ooh, there's the other moon in the distance. Oh, there it is. It's all the way over there. I did travel a bit further than expected. Cool. Well, that's probably the main planet, because this is a moon after all. So, time to make a landing. This is going to be interesting, isn't it? The Dazra city? Oh, what could possibly go wrong? Few off-worlders have welcome in Dazra, and only after taking the ritual known as the Serpent Path. Okay, interesting. I think that's going to be a thing we'll have to do, won't it?
Time to park,
Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Moon of Cabinet 1. Ship barely bloody fits. And they don't look very happy down there, do they? There's a whole bunch of people pointing guns at my ship. Looks cool. And there's a scaled citadel in the distance. Large chunks of the rest of the city to be seen there. You see the planet hanging overhead, because obviously. And the landing pad right next door. Doesn't look to be too easily accessed. It's the outskirts of the city. Assume far side over there is where most of the trouble is. Bit of flickering going on there as I scan around. What's that? That looks like it looks like a ship in the middle of town, but I'm guessing it's a little more complex than that. Unless it's what's left of the ship that the Archimedes, was it? It's citizens of House Varun, well, the people who became House Varun arrived here in. It's about 5 AM local time. All right, let's have a quick nap.
Last night was enlightening. I hope to learn more next time.
Naughty. Okay. Suit up, folks, because here we go. Let's get some dinner down me. Breakfast in this case, I suppose. Tortilla, pork veal beef and potato pie. Canned pie product. I guess that'll do. We're going to drink orange juice. Well, it is breakfast time after all. Here's hoping I don't have one issue this ship does have, which is sometimes it puts me underneath the landing bay. Not really what you need, is it?
Hold very still.
choose your words carefully. They will determine how long you live.
We are no threat to House Varun, I promise you.
You have no right to be here. You will tell me how you found this place.
Where am I? Well, I already know, but let's see what we get out of it.
You trespass in Dazra, the home of House Varun, and you disgrace it with every heretical step you take. I say again, who are you, and how did you find this place?
She's a citizen. And I am also a follower of House Varun, technically. Albeit one who's slightly more laid-back views. I found your wayward star station, the Oracle, accident responding to a distress call. Found your wayward star station, the Oracle.
But it was lost. All communication ceased. There was no sign of it.
Back now. Never seen a star station with a Grav-Drive installed. Afraid there were no survivors. Something clearly went wrong. Something clearly went wrong.
Indeed it did. The Oracle is perhaps the least of our problems, I'm afraid. Forrest, I think we need not fear our guest.
Mandible.
Perhaps,
Interesting name.
in this time of need, the Great Serpent has delivered us a gift.
Counselor, with due respect, we have not had unannounced visitors here in generations. It is a clear breach of security.
I do not disagree, and I know that security, in whatever small form we can grasp it, is of paramount importance. But you must acknowledge the timing is curious. And perhaps our guest's intent should be determined before we take further action.
At least this guy's got something between his ears. I'm here to pledge loyalty to House Varun. Oh, here's the thing. I'm not. This is my character definitely has that trait, and therefore I'm tempted to take that. But at the same time, just kind of not that into the almost serve thing. She kind of has a few issues with that, mostly because I have some issues with that. The station brought me here. It jumped while my ship was docked. This was an accident, didn't mean to wind up here. Don't respond well to having a gun aimed at me. Let's forget this happened and I'll be on my way. I don't know. I can't bring myself to go the whole hog. I also know enough about the whole kind of Varun belief system to know that I'm not going to jump straight into that with dire feet. Androsia will probably like it though. And given our relationship, it might advance it actually. And that she has issues with the idea that I might not be saved by the Serpent. So let's do this for now. We'll see how it goes. I can run away later again if need be. Arguably the character's already done that once, although more from zealots, I think.
Are you now? Most curious indeed. I am afraid that, not having been born of House Varun, that may prove a complicated matter.
Great Serpent, hear me.
Speaker, we are here.
We have reached out to you to seek guidance in our hour of need. The gate in the Citadel has been opened just to seek you. Have I failed you? What is this place? Where am I? Why do you not show yourself? I strive only to follow your command. All must serve. Please, do not leave me in darkness.
See, I have a problem with that.
I seek only your wisdom, your guidance. Great Serpent, your children cry out to you. Will you not answer us?
Not such a confident leader there, then.
Our leader, Anasko Varun, he has appeared like this over and over. So many of our people have been trapped in this state, these vortex phantoms. But usually they are hostile and lash out. Anasco is different. If only we could hear his voice, some reassurance that all is not lost.
He heard his voice just fine. He sounds plenty lost himself. What's going on here? Who was that? What's going on here?
I am not able to go into detail. There was an experiment, an accident. Many of our people left in a similar state. While most are hostile, Anasco is... The Great Serpent spared him that fate. He's different. If only we could communicate with him.
Tell me about Anasco then.
Is our leader, the grandson of Jinan Varun himself. He sometimes appears to us, but we cannot interact.
Seems plenty lost himself.
You could hear him. Despite the sightings, none have heard the word from Anasco in all this time, yet you claim to. Do not toy with me.
Interesting.
About this, if you speak truth, you must prove it. What did he say?
Something about gating the Citadel and seeking the Great Serpent. He's trying to contact the Serpent, but something's wrong. He sounds lost. He's really paying attention. All must serve. I'm not going to go with that option, because anybody in their right mind should have a problem with that. And if they don't, they're not in the right mind. I think we'll go with he's trying to contact the Great Serpent, but something's wrong. He sounds lost.
Aye, the Serpent.
He said that? I heard nothing. Given the gravity of the situation, surely there is no way you would joke about such a thing.
It is no joke. The experiment was a secret, even to many of our own people. Truly, you did hear Anasco. You have been chosen.
Might have been the right choice, actually, that.
Could we talk?
People of House Varun, hear me. We have asked the Great Serpent for deliverance from our calamity, and he has answered us. This outsider has been chosen as the most unlikely vessel for the Great
Wonder if I can get their
Serpent's
tattoos.
divine provenance, and she will help save us all. Outsider, please. There is no denying you have been sent here as a sign. You must help us. But there are precepts that must be followed, principles that must be obeyed. Even in these dire circumstances, we cannot turn from Jinan Varun's teachings. You will be granted safe passage through Dazra and the lands beyond. No harm will come to you. On that, you have my word. You even have my assurance that your compatriot here will
I brought her home.
Remain unharmed. But to truly aid us, you must become part of House Varun. This is not a thing done lightly, and it cannot be taken back. Will you commit to helping us by becoming one of the promised?
This is definitely difficult. So, yeah, I have a number of questions. But yeah, it's that whole, like, you know, everybody wants the freedom to practice their religion, but they want everybody else to practice their religion. Like, pick one. You can't have both. Also, pick the right one. They never fucking do. But there we go. Not agreeing to anything right now. Tell me where to begin. Could never join House Varun. What do you mean the promise? You people are always trying to kill me. Why would I help you? What am I signing up for? What do you want from me? What do you mean the promised?
We, the people of House Varun, are the promised. The Great
Already know this. Well, my character would, but anyway.
Knowledge of the future and our place in it. Our service to him guarantees us a place in the new worlds he will create when he returns to enshroud the universe. A greater gift could not be bestowed upon you.
as far as something that would facilitate the relationship with Androsia, it seems like a sensible thing to go, because one of my big gripes is, even though they technically got Serpent's Embrace as a trait, Androsia's still like, you're not part of House Va'ruun, so when the time comes, you will not be spared, kind of thing. She's like, yeah, like you, all this, but I'm kind of tormented because you're going to hell. It's like, for crying out loud. Maybe you want to reevaluate your belief system a little bit. But the other alternative is, you know, converting a little bit. A little bit. And then there's almost serve and there's almost serve, I suppose. There's, you know, helping people for the good of, you know, humankind. And then there's, you know, doing it because you're expected to serve some kind of weird deity. But Jinan Va'ruun claimed to have encountered during a grav jump, but nobody else has ever encountered. Hence the situation there, and I suspect. Yeah, it's not an unproblematic prospect. What am I summing up for? What do you want from me?
Well, efforts to do something, anything about our current dilemma have fallen to political infighting. I believe your arrival, if nothing else, represents a sign from the Great Serpent himself that we must finally put aside our differences and work together. It must be ordained that you would appear before us now, able to hear the speaker when no one else can.
You people always try to kill me. Why would I help you? Well, that's the difference between House Va'ruun and the Zealots. But let's see what they have to say on it.
You must mean the Zealots. I assure you, they do not represent House Va'ruun. We do not engage with the settled systems. They would attack us just as soon as you or anyone else. And they would certainly never extend an offer to join them, as I do now in this time of desperation. So, will you?
The fact they won't take outsiders means their only way of increasing the numbers is through, you know, familial means. Which also means as a small group of outsiders pushed out from the main group of House Va'ruun and only able to increase their numbers through their small group, they are going to die out. Probably before they get any chance to encounter their Great Serpent. But then again, there's also, they believe that it's, well, most of House Va'ruun believes the Great Serpent's return is imminent, but the Zealots believe the Great Serpent will only return once all the non-believers have been eliminated. That's why they want to continue the Serpent's Crusade. So, yeah. Saying that, there are some people within House Va'ruun who kind of lean a bit more zealoty, and there's some that lean the other way, so apparently. Alright, just tell me where to begin. Not going into anything right now. I'm going to go with tell me where to begin, because I think Androsia will be in favour of this. My instinct says that one. That's just a little bit kind of, you have to have really strong feelings for that one, which I kind of do. But, yeah. Because I'm also trying to foster a relationship with Androsia, I'm going to go with just tell me where to begin.
Excellent. Please, come with me.
Where's my affection increase?
Introducing myself.
Mind you, I haven't about to marry her anyway, so.
A member of the High Council of House Va'ruun. I have been asked to represent the Council in this moment. Please, enter our city. You have my word that you will not be harmed.
Pretty.
I would ask that until you have become promised, you avoid the citizen.
Just while we're waiting here. Ship's slightly overhanging everything there.
It's of Dazra. They are not used to outsiders.
So, the promised broken, and I'm supposed to follow him. Drop a save there. And this is coming up 11 o'clock now, so this is probably a good point to kind of push forward, but it's the wrong button. Also, though, what we got? Yeah, that's definitely a big old ship sitting in the middle of town. As Dazra, Keep Armory, Herald's Rest, Vacant House, Goods Exchange, Varun Depository, whatever that is. Unknown Settlements on the Edge. Meat House, Alteration Clinic, where I want to go and see if I can change the tattoos and get any of those. Their tattoos. And if there's anything new. Halls of Healing. Clearly the city also was supposed to reach out this way towards the Scaled Citadel, but it has mostly been demolished. This is the immediate landscape where they... some farms and stuff around the outside from the look of it.
Before I say anything else, I wanted to thank you for giving me time. When I first came here, I never expected that I would meet you or feel this way about you. That we would end up here together. There's no precedent.
Imagine we're in the lodge.
A romantic relationship not within the bounds of Barun culture, I mean. I wanted to attempt to honor that culture nonetheless.
Given that the character is a member, well, not a member of House Varun, but is about to be, and is also a follower, it should be fine. Important to you, important to me. Uncharted territory, not worry about the past. This isn't a roundabout way of doing it. Important to you, it's important to me.
I know, and I love you for that. The point I am trying to get to is that I believe I have an idea. A way I can demonstrate my commitment to you.
On board, you pick out a dress and I'll hire a DJ. Do we need to start a guest list? And who's going to oversee this, whatever it is? How does this work? Do we talk to a herald? Sacrifice another groat? Do we need to start a guest list?
No, I do not think we do.
Who's going to oversee this, assuming somebody needs to?
I do not think we need someone to tell us what we already know about ourselves. I do not think some official makes what we have any more real.
So how does this work? We talk to a herald, sacrifice a groat?
The groats have been through enough, I think. The heralds likely would not approve, but they do not need to.
On board with whatever you want to do. You pick out a dress, I'll hire a DJ. I'm going for the jokey ones. The character's definitely got a sense of humour, more than Androsia does.
Do you seriously believe I am going to wear a dress for this? Let alone buy one for the occasion? I do not want a fancy party. I do not want to wear a dress, and we do not need music. This is between you and me, and no one else. You know who I am. I do not need to explain myself to you as I would to others. They might not understand, and I do not want that distraction. I want to be able to focus on us. So, as soon as you are ready, I want us to travel together to the second planet in the Shosa system. There's something we need to do there. I would like a chance to talk to you, if you are able.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I'm glad we have a moment. I am having trouble maintaining my
composure. Expansion?
Finding myself in Dazra has been overwhelming.
You weren't sure you'd ever see it again. A place like home. House friends been through a lot. You okay? You okay?
That is a complicated question.
You weren't sure you'd ever see Dazra again.
No. I was not. After everything that we have been through recently, I worried I might never see this place again. For that I am grateful. If only this were just about me. The Great Serpent has always demanded much of us, as individuals, and as the whole of House Va'ruun. But to see what has transpired here, it is hard to believe this is part of any plan. Truly, it is a disaster.
Blew off the city away. If it's a plan, then our being here is part of it. There's plenty of people who suffer all over the subtle systems. It's no different. If it is a plan, then our being here is part of it. Yeah, that's a bit reductive. I don't feel like that's the way to go.
I suppose that is true. Regardless, now that we are here, surely you must agree that we should do everything we can to help House Va'ruun.
As a humanitarian approach, yes. Serpent's will. We do. Their credits will spend as well as anyone else's until something more interesting comes along. Or the flirty option. Well, it's probably going to have to be the flirty option, isn't it? But both of these work. Yes, that is a little uncomfortable in some ways. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one, because she does still follow the Great Serpent, even though the whole forcing it on other people and damning people who do not is a bit bloody much. Especially with, I mean, there's no evidence to suggest that that is the case except for the word of Jinan Va'ruun. And if there was any evidence, that would be just another reason to GTFO, really. You know, that whole kind of do as they say or suffer eternally thing. It's a reason to walk away, not to do what somebody says. But I think we're going with that. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with that one for now.
I suppose we shall see. In time. It is an incredible commitment you have made to become one of the promised. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined such a thing.
Waiting for this opportunity for a long time. What do you think would have happened had I turned it down?
I am not sure. But what might have been does not matter. You are one of us now.
Always look for unique experiences. Doesn't get much more unique than that. No other way. Waiting for this opportunity for a very long time. I'm not happy with the choice I made. Almost looks like the frontier's here, but I'm pretty sure that's just a frontier somewhere else. Fairly sure. I've got this right. Did I quick save? I might. Oh, no, it's gone too far back. Okay, never mind. That's not a problem. That one. Yes. Hey, boo-booed. It's not the end of the world, though. That's a good picture. Pretty sure I can't take credit for that one, though. Pretty sure that's one of Bethesda's. A little hint of Jemison up at the top there, nicely framed, and Vlad looking awed by the majesty of space. Right. Double check. Yeah, cool. Right, so just before we started talking to Andrea.
Before I say any, there's no precedent for it. I know. The point I am.
The Grots have been. The heralds.
No.
For the sake of having crossed all the.
Think we need someone.
Crossed the T's and dotted the I's. You pick out dress or hire DJ.
Do you? I do not want. This is. I want to be able. So as soon as you.
Okay. So that's the commitment conversation.
I am glad we have a moment.
Back on Dazra. Weren't sure you'd ever see Dazra again.
No. I was not. After everything, the Great Serpent has always demanded much. But to see what has transpired here...
if there's a plan, our being here is part of
I
it.
suppose that, regardless, now that we are here, surely you must agree that we should do everything we can to help House Va'ruun.
I went for Serpent's Embrace, but I think going with the flirty option kind of ties in better with the relationship with Androsia and the situation.
And I appreciate that. It is an incredible commitment
There.
you have made to become one of the promised.
Makes it the commitment more about making it
Wildest
partly
dreams
because
would
of
have
her.
imagined such a thing.
Okay. Yeah, because that way the commitment they made to join House Va'ruun is partly tied into the relationship as opposed to being pragmatic or just a purely personal religious thing. It's a bigger thing. I like that better. Waiting for this opportunity for a very long time. Unique experiences. What do you think would happen if I turned it down? So there's really no other way, or Serpent's Embrace are really the only two options. I think I will go for the Serpent's Embrace this time.
Then I am glad we are here. I know we have much to do,
more the right
but
call.
I did not want to leave it unsaid. Thank you.
I hope Bethesda have taken the opportunity with this expansion to sort of flesh out the relationship and this whole kind of, are you a member of House Va'ruun, are you not, are you a follower of the Great Serpent and all of this, and the complications with the relationship with Androsia, because she kind of doesn't acknowledge it, or very much, as I say, or she just kind of treats you as you're not part of House Va'ruun, whether you follow or not, so you're doomed, kind of thing. And it's not, it lacks certain role-playing options. We'll find out if we can leave now. So, yeah, that's, I'm hoping, in short, that Bethesda have taken the opportunity to correct some of that through this DLC, this expansion, which first impressions are positive on that. How are you doing, guys? You alright? All good? If you're trying to avoid spoilers or anything, then you probably dropped in just at the right moment. Oh, good. Number of times I've taken off and the two engines on the right have just had no trail coming off of them, whereas the two on the left did. It's been a bit weird. Seems to not be a problem right now. In other news, it looks like we can depart at this point and pick up in just a moment, which is fine, because that would make a lot of sense. Now, where did Androsia want to go? Don't know. Shows her 2. Actually, again, not far away. Kevnik. And incidentally, we're going via Hyla, which is where we were before. Which is, yeah, an interesting scenario. I jump on. Barely even started the game, guys. There's a lot of good stuff to dive into ahead of you then.
Nice work.
The game definitely doesn't deserve all the stick it gets from certain corners. I like it a lot. It does have its shortcomings, but I do like this game a lot. Especially with all the updates that Bethesda have added. Archways, okay. Originally done your first playthrough and have this circuit? You'll be fine. You can mess around with it and customize it, make certain things harder and certain things easier, and focus on the bits that you want. Now, I'm still kind of tempted right now. I'm not. Oh dear.
Is that the best you can do?
To up the difficulty, because I'm on the second hardest at the moment. combat is not as deadly to me as I would like it to be, I don't think. Thanks to what I've seen so far. It's slightly more threatening so far, but not far enough. The old moon hanging up there. Where the bloody hell's my ship? 400 yards that way.
I shall stand guard while you focus.
Thank you, honey. So the next thing I want to do is check the time of day. Local time, 7 PM. Right. You down the settings? Yeah, it's just under the gameplay stuff. It's really good. The options are absolutely great. Yeah, there's a lot of gameplay time in this, so you need to commit some hours to it for sure. That would take me to... Oh, Jesus, that is slow. Take me to 7:10 local time. That should be 5:10 AM. Should be fine. I'm going to get into it since you run out of questions for that. Yeah, you can do the sort of the maintenance stuff and the repeatables in Fallout and then hop on to something else, really. Yeah, it's cool. There's so much stuff.
Last night. Well, all that physical training seems to have paid off.
Yeah. Mod doesn't seem to have quite got this figured out yet. Interesting. Chunks groat. Groat milk. That's very colourful. Be a good option to drive. Yeah, I'm going to drive over there. Still kind of dark, which is disappointing. You know what? In one thing, it might be worth to give it an extra hour because the passage of time in this is, well, on this planet is slower. I do like my character's look though. She does look awesome. For the love of God. I'm wasting food. Not that I'm exactly got a shortage of food, but wasting it because I decided to wait for a minute and I'm not overjoyed about. One thing I like about this Hope Tech landing bay they've got on the ship is it looks almost big enough to squeeze the Rev 8 in. Just about big enough. Whereas most of the single width ones, which is like double sized, don't necessarily have that advantage. This would be me just getting back onto the ship, wouldn't it? Yeah. Nah, fuck, I'm kind of stuck in that situation, aren't I? How well. Not a big fan of having the window in the airlock to the captain's quarters, though. Like, captain's sleeping in there, captain's getting to up to whatever else the captain's getting up to in there. And there's a window right there with no curtains on it. Feeling too inclined to scan the planet right now, to be honest. Well, all that effort to try and improve the daylight situation has not really worked. Let's move over this way a little bit. Try and get the Rev 8 out of the equation if I can.
There is little I can offer to show you how much I care, how much you mean to me. We are, I think, beyond whatever House Va'ruun might consider appropriate. And whatever marriage traditions you might have would not be appropriate for me.
I wonder if Game Pass gets the DLC for free or makes you buy it. You have to buy it. The version of the game on Game Pass is just the basic package. You know, they do like standard edition, deluxe editions, and what have you. They include the DLC and then like the Constellation edition with the watch and everything. It's just the simplest version that that's on Game Pass. So if you do want the expansion, you have to buy the expansion. I don't know if you just buy the expansion, have it tacked onto your Game Pass copy or not. Probably, but I wouldn't know how that would work. But still, yeah, it's not included. So thank you all I booked. I guess I'm not getting my deposit back. Don't need a ceremonial party or anything else. Have you? Differences are something that shouldn't be something that holds us back. We'll go with the middle one because that's where Andresia's kind of sitting. And jokes are well and good, it's probably not the time for it.
And I love you for feeling that way. But I did think of something. This place, where we stand now, is the first place I was brought upon leaving my city, Dazra. The first time I had ever left my home planet. As you know, I was never allowed to know the way back home. That frightened me. But at the same time, I was suddenly aware of not just one planet, but a whole universe I had never seen. That is a feeling I had not experienced again until I met you.
One of the fun things about running around with Andresia the last day or two is that I'm noticing little details in her outfit that I hadn't noticed before, which is quite cool. The swirly bit here, and like the ribbed pattern going down here. And I assume the under part of it is one thing, and then this over part just kind of hooks over and then comes back underneath and buckles or something. It's kind of weird as to how exactly the over part might work, but I always considered myself an entire universe of possibility. Wish not time for you, it's a lot to live up to. A lot to live up to.
You have already done so. There is no need for you to worry. But there is more. Buried here is something of great value to me. Something I wish you to have.
I didn't bring a spade.
I think, if
You are the one to retrieve it.
The cutter would make more sense. So what is Andrea's commitment gift? Ah! It's a knife. The kind that we see in the trailer for Shattered Space, interestingly. A kind of blade riveted to a piece of a skull. Interesting.
You hold in your hands the most treasured item I could give you.
You like knives, but this is something else. Some daggers like this in Dazra. Nice. There's a little reference we haven't yet. That probably wouldn't have been there before. Never seen anything like this. Daggers like this in Dazra.
Every child in House Varun is entrusted.
It's a groat. Okay.
We raise the groat. We care for it, we milk it. And when we come of age, we slaughter the groat and fashion its skull into a dagger.
It's a bit fucking grim. Turn your childhood pet into a weapon. Yeah, exactly. Don't understand why you would go along with that. Could never do something like that. Well, she went along with it because that's the world she was raised in. Everybody else does, so it seemed normal. It's intense, I think is the phrase.
It is a lesson. Through this
Not to get attached.
shown the connection that we have to the Great Serpent. That all things serve the Serpent and can be tools for his use in more ways than one.
Hell of a way to make a point. So this is incredibly personal to you.
I am glad that you can appreciate that. Every member of House Varun has a dagger like this. We are instructed to keep them at our side at all times. The Great Serpent is always with us, as is the danger of those who defy and oppose him. But that constant connection to the Great Serpent is a liability to those of us sent out into the settled systems. So when we first leave our home, we hide it.
Burning here is one more way of going undercover. Difficult to explain to New Atlantis security. Proud of you. I shouldn't hide it. Tough call. Yeah. I mean, it's necessary. That's why. So it would definitely be difficult to explain to New Atlantis security. Let's go with a little sense of humor here, I think.
Yes, it would make it a little more difficult to blend in.
And if it's open.
For years, this dagger has remained buried here, hidden from the world. But now...
Just the world, I think.
I believe you should have it. With it, I hope you can understand that I trust you completely. That I know you will care for this the way you care for me. And that we are connected in a way that is now truly unique in the settled systems. In all of creation, I love you, and I am yours. Wholly and completely.
Thank you for this, treasure always. I don't have a skull dagger, but my heart is yours. It sure beats a boring wedding ceremony. Well, I think either of these are okay. I think I don't have a skull dagger because, you know, there's a lack of reciprocity there, but...
I know, dearest. And I love you for it. Ooh, now, surely there is some other grand adventure that awaits us. We should go and meet it head on.
There we go. Very cool. I seem to be miraculously healing while I'm here. So many innuendos, so little time. That's the first time I've landed it on its head. Mostly because there was a tree I couldn't see, I think. Out of curiosity... Can. There you go.
Give up already.
Oh, I see. I'm being hunted by twist fins. Wonder what the heck was. Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Come on! Once again, we are triumphant.
Yeah. One more reason, if you needed one, to go for the Hope Tech landing bay. It's the only one big enough to actually fit the Rev 8 in, and it does actually fit in here. Just. If you need a little bit of headcanon for how the heck you have that thing on your ship. It's dashed in here with Vasco. I mean, yeah, you park the first Rev 8 in, park it up here. Sensible person would probably move those crates down here somewhere. And there's space back here for Vasco as well. Not exactly spacious, but he's got room. Ooh, I made an error there. Hang on. One issue with the mod that I have that allows me to use the lodge safe as a universal stash is that if you activate the mod inside a ship sometimes, the doors will disappear. When you leave and go back in, they'll come back. But yeah, it's not really what you want sometimes. I think I want to sell most of that. That I want to send back. It's kind of cool. Not bothered about the regular variant one. We already sent the one that I wanted back, didn't we? Yeah. Nothing that I particularly want, I don't think. I quite like that I've got this outfit on. The legs are a bit kind of iffy, but we'll have a look at it in a bit more detail in a second when there's some light. What else do I want to stash? That one I'm not going to send back. Those are not quest items. Cool. And the rest of it I probably want to sell. So I don't need to head off anywhere else, I don't think. I think we'll just sort ourselves out and then head back to Dazra. Possibly not necessarily in that order. The lights on the floor are weird. Speaking of lights. Oh, I'm in the spacesuit, aren't I? Oh, well, we'll deal with that in a bit. Will we? Can we? Yeah, we'll deal with it in a bit. I'd like to get a decent look at that, but with the lighting situation, definitely kind of has that Varun style. It's all right on her.
Check complete. We're good.
Yeah, I really did want to have not only the companion quest done, but ideally have the marriage situation set up before starting the DLC, but this is close enough, I think. I think I'm happy with that.
Orbital pattern locked. Easy.
I had a good feeling about you. just need a little. 2 units of ship parts will do.
Yeah, sure.
You're a lifesaver. Here, take these for your help.
Over 5 grand in credits. That's not too terrible. Yeah. Avnik. Yep, let's rock and roll. Weird. We'll look at a location inside Varenkai somewhere. Time of day are we on? 3:30 local time. So yeah, I am going to bounce back in here. Have a quick nap to take time around to a little earlier in the morning, and we'll have some daylight. And then when we come to explore Dazra City tomorrow, hopefully everything will be a little better situated for that. So that's got to be the Archimedes, I think it was called, the ship that they first arrived here on, hasn't it? Built the city around it. 15 hours is probably good.
The Great
It is a bit.
Serpent himself may have needed to avert his eyes at some of what went on last night.
Oh dear. Shroud probably wouldn't hurt, really. So I don't want daylight wandering around the city, and
There are worse ways to begin a day than here.
it should be. Yeah, sometimes the local time and the amount of time you sleep just don't line up. It's a bit weird.
Well, that was
Yeah, there you go.
exhilarating.
Like half an hour's kip there.
Just have the 2 hands. Yes.
That should be fine, I think. Let's eat while I think about it, and then we're good. Bum. Cola. The beef chunk seems alright. Cool. I think that was a successful start. Yeah, that was cool. Enjoyed that introduction to a new location and set of adventures. It's going to be cool. My character technically still has a lot of adventures left to have, being as we're sort of, yeah, you know, the main story takes you around each of the 3 major capitals and other places besides, obviously, as well, but each of the 3 major capitals. And Neon is the one place that I haven't been to yet. And the story is going to take me there next, but we haven't done that yet. So, well, this character hasn't done that anyway. Something to do outside the DLC. So shouldn't have to jump off world from the start of next time, because we did the few bits and pieces we needed to, so that's cool. Next time we'll head into Dazra City and explore, and yeah, should be cool. It was a good start. So that will be tomorrow, and I will hopefully have a little bit more of an organised day and not be rushing to get set up for this tomorrow. So I'll have other stuff to do, but we should hopefully be a bit more level for that. So the internet's nothing issues. It was fine before, and now it has decided that it doesn't like just putting the camera out. I don't know. I do not understand it. It's weird. Anyway, yeah, definitely enjoying that. Looking forward to diving into more and getting some advantageous take on Varun Kai and yeah, having the interactions and apparently sort of joining House Varun proper, which should be interesting. So it says I am dropping frames because presumably my internet connection is not where it should be. Although the numbers and the quality of the connection just don't align with each other. It's going up and down all over the place, which is not helpful. Which could be my internet being a bit iffy. Or it could be my computer being a bit iffy, and I don't know which. It's probably my computer, actually. More than the internet. I was looking actually yesterday at the prospects regarding upgrading my internet and getting faster speeds and all that and going full fibre. And despite the fact it is in my area and has been installed and has been switched on and everything, the one company that will actually provide a full fibre service are the one that I would never ever use. Everything is there, it's been installed, it's connected, it's turned on. But even the company that actually paid for the work to be done, a BT, turned around saying, we've got no plans to install in your area anytime soon. No, of course you haven't, because you've already done it. So, yeah. But they won't provide the full fibre service around here, which fucking sucks. I looked at other options as well, but yeah, the only ones that claim to are the dodgy providers. And obviously, no. So, yeah. It's like the kind of people who will say, yeah, we'll sell you a full fibre package, but then never actually give you a full fibre service. Yeah, what can you do? So, the whole situation is quite annoying. It could be anything between now and sometime at the end of 2026. So, yeah, anytime in the next 18 months, maybe, before we can upgrade it. Maybe. But it's a bit ridiculous at the moment. Well, what can you do? Maybe I'll actually get on the phone and discuss things. But it's a bit frustrating. Anyway, my musings notwithstanding, I think it's time for me to chill and crash, because otherwise I'm going to be absolutely dead tomorrow, as I stayed up way too late trying to get ready today. So, yeah, thank you for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. We'll dive into Dazra City proper tomorrow, which should be cool, about 8 o'clock. And, yeah, I've got a related video, Starfield video, coming tomorrow, and loads of follow-up stuff for the rest of the week as well, which should be interesting. So, yeah, should be cool. But for now, thank you for hanging out. Hope you've had fun. You guys know where the buttons are if you haven't already. Likes and subs and notification bells and all that good stuff if you want to. And yeah, channel memberships down below on that join button if you're interested in that as well. I do very much appreciate. Yeah. And definitely enjoying. So, have yourselves a good rest of your evening. Thank you for hanging out. And I'll catch you around about 8 o'clock for some more adventures in the Kavnik system tomorrow. Until then, have a good one. All right, folks.